Hey, Map here, Map Investments. Good evening. Bringing you today's stock market news, trends, stocks that I saw, and economic news. Um, Today I watched some CNBC while I was trading, and they were drilling the Jack Dorsey from Twitter, the CEO of Google, and Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg. It was pretty painful to watch. Sometimes they didn't even let these guys answer questions. I mean, they were just drilling them. It was pretty intense. Yeah, the headline says here, frustration shows through as Congress grills social media CEOs yet again. New signs show that China is cracking down on debt. You still got that ship stuck in the Suez Canal. Yesterday I said it was Panama. It's in the Middle East, actually. So, correction there. So, they're saying it's going to take some time to move that ship. Pretty crazy. It's big, big boat. Biden spoke today. He had a press conference. I listened to him. I think he did all right. He talked about the border. Talked about vaccinations. He talked about North Korea. I think he did okay. Nothing. He didn't do too bad. The futures. We'll talk about the futures. There was some news after hours. The Fed says banks will have to wait until June 30th to issue buybacks and dividends. We'll look at the XLF. I think it was up. Kramer talked about investing in this tricky environment. It's been pretty tough. February and March have been pretty tough. If you're going with those technology, I mean, like I said, be careful with those technology stocks. I mean, you want to be a little bit cautious with that. I think the new leaders are the ones that I've talked about: the reflation trades, consumer staples, cyclicals. See what other news. I think there was the jobless claims. I think there was 600. I'll find the article now. That was an important report. I think tomorrow we have some more important economic data. I'll take a look at it. Cannabis industry is growing with more and more female leadership. There's that boat that's stuck. They say it could take weeks to free. Incredible. And that's causing disruptions. Restoration Hardware, they reported a good quarter. That's over $500 stock. They do furniture. Let me look up. Let me go to the economics. See if we could pull up what it says here on the jobs report. It was better than expectation. Economy. All right. So it's okay. Here it is. Perfect. So weekly jobless claims tumbled to lowest level in more than a year. Okay. So the weekly jobless claims totaled 684 last week. It declined from 781 the week before and below the 735 estimate. This is the first claim that had been below 700,000 during the pandemic. In a separate report, fourth quarter GDP was stronger than expected at 4.3. So, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done. I mean, 684 new unemployment claims. It's that's big. That's huge. So. And the estimate on the gross domestic product, the GDP, was consensus 4.1. It came at 4.3. So a little bit better. Powell praises growth, sees Fed pulling back help after substantial progress. When that happens, I think we'll have a taper tantrum like we've had in the past, but they're not there yet. Let's take a look at the futures. This is the Dow Jones. So The Dow Jones, this is 1 day. Let me put up the 1 day chart. $15-minute. So I guess we were at 32,668 was the high. I guess that might have been, yeah, that was the high, I guess. And then we dipped down to 31,951 and bounced back to 32. Right now we're at 32,535. I think we're up like 200 points on the Dow Jones. Let me see here. So Dow Jones was up 200, S&P was up 20, Nasdaq was flat. The Nasdaq at one point, and the small caps also had a nice day. Could put up the charts here. It's better. So here's the S&P. We hit a low of 38.43, and we closed at 39. Oh, well, not closed. Right now we're at 39.08. This is actual. This is live. The futures. We hit a high of 39.31. So big reversal. Seemed like this morning when we were down pretty big, I had noticed that in the prior sessions that the market was up in the morning, and then by the end of the day it gave its gains up. So today when I saw us down significantly, I said we're gonna end up today. So I was a little bit more active. I had like 25 trades, and I'll get into details on what I saw. But I knew today we were gonna end up higher when I saw that we were pretty much opening down, and we just drifted down and down and down. And then as the day chugged along, we started climbing. It was kind of a pretty easy setup from what I was watching. The dollar is down, so I guess we're getting rejected close to 93 handle. And if you look at the dollar on the let's pull up maybe the 3-month chart, but let's make it maybe week on 3 months. Let's see if I can see something here. This is crappy. Let's pull up 1 year and do week. All right, let's see here. I get a better picture. So we came from 100 on the Dixie, and right now we are at 92.75. So we seem like we have a base here, like on the 90 right here. We're right here at 92. So I think the tough level would be 93, 94. 90. If we get over 94, then it'll be tough for commodities and stuff like that. But I don't see that happening. You can see that right now it's on the top. This candle right here is on the upper band. I think they call this study the Fibonacci. It's on the upper band. So that's the dollar. So the dollar's down, and some of the currencies, most of the currencies are green from other countries. Bitcoin was down on the day, if I'm not mistaken. Let's pull up the daily. Today, 1 minute. I want to say Bitcoin was at a... Oh, it's not telling me high and low. The low was 51,435. And right now, well, I guess this is for this session. And the high was 52,990. But I want to say that we were at a low of, oh, here it is, sorry. 50,360. So we hold that 50,000 line on the Bitcoin. Oil is... at almost 60. It was at 57.54 this morning, and right now we're at 59.17. So nice little reversal in the oil, and I would assume that it'll head up higher. We talked about the S&P. Gold was a little weak today, but it's been trading in that range. Hit a low of 1720 and a high of 1744. But like I've said in my prior videos, pretty range bound between 1725 and 1750. It's holding up there. Just want to bring to your attention that the meat prices will be going up. The feeders were up today, and we're getting it was at 149.55. And I want to pull up a chart here. Let's pull up historical. Let's try maybe 5 years and maybe go to a week. Well, I'm curious to see. We can go month. Okay, so the high on this was 162. Let's do weekly. 162 on the feeders. Right now we're at 148, so that's a 5-year chart there. I was just curious to see where it was prior. And I know that hogs are like they're at pretty much, they're at highs. They're at 5-year highs. The hogs are at 5-year highs. So I talked about that in my prior video about pork. Let's look at cattle, because it was at I think it hit 121 today. So we're getting up there. The high on cattle was 136, and I could have sworn today we hit it closed at 121. So that 121 level can get back up to 130 maybe, but we might have some higher meat prices. The small caps did great today. They really rallied. I'm glad, because I have a position in there. They were down. I mean, I think they were, what was the low? I want to say, yeah, they went under 2,100. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they had a 10% correction plus from the high. And they reversed, and they closed at 21. They closed at 21.78. Right now we're up 740 to 21.85. So that's almost a 100-point swing on the futures, on the index. So I'm doing okay in that position. I've been adding on the way down. I added more on the low today because I thought it was completely oversold and I needed some exposure to small caps. NASDAQ was down to like 12,609. I picked up a contract at 12,655 to get some exposure. I think the key level on the NASDAQ would be 12.2. And that was the last correction. The NASDAQ corrected before the small caps. And 12.2 was about 11% from the top, from the all-time high on the NASDAQ correction. So the Dow Jones has been doing strong. And I think with the bank news, the XLF that I read about the buybacks and the dividend, I think the XLF was up after hours. Let's see what it closed at. There's a wide bid ask there, but it looks like after hours it hit 34.25 on the news, and probably we closed over 34 in my opinion. I don't know if this is accurate. We'll see. I have some calls in the XLF, and I can use a 35 print on that and higher. I would really like that, because I think interest rates are going to go higher, and that's bullish for the financials. So that's why I have that position. Copper holding $4. Lumber was strong today. Lumber opened at it was a low of 935 and it's at 973. Natural gas, it's been trading pretty narrow range from 250 to 260. on the natural gas. It's flat right now. Platinum and palladium were hit pretty hard today. I expect those to rebound. Silver is holding 25. The VIX reversed and now it's down to 22.10, down 20 cents. The grains got hit today, and I picked up a couple contracts, but not the current future contract, but the one that has like 90. I want to say 90 days. Let me see, spreads has 96 days. I didn't go with the 35-day one. I went with the 90-something days. 30-year bond is down. Spot 1.4. The 10 years down. Spot 0.35. The 5 years down as well. So all the rates are climbing, which is my assumption and how I'm positioning myself. So let's go look at my orders. Let's see what I did with orders here. I did a put credit spread in Nike. Nike was oversold on some negative press in China. They're having some social media issues in regards to I want to say that they're saying that Chinese call for Nike boycott over statement, and they burn shoes. And then over forced labor, and some are burning. So they're talking about forced labor. So yeah, they got hit pretty hard. I think they'll bounce back. So I did a put credit spread in there. I sold the 125, 120 put spread in May, 57 days out for $1.76 as a rebound. And like I said, I bought the NASDAQ future at 12,655. I'm up on that right now. I averaged into my Dow Jones at 32,000. Small caps, I got in under 2,100. I said, this is really getting beat up. I've been pretty patient. And I also got into the S&P because I need some long exposure. I don't want to sit on a lot of cash because I think cash is trash. But it's what we play with. So I was waiting for the opportunity. I added to my palladium and platinum. Picked up 5 more shares here on the palladium and platinum ETF. And these are my fills on my grains that I talked about. 96 days out. I got into soybeans a little bit over $14. Corn at 5.30. I sold my VIX and UVXY, my volatility plays this morning when they were up. I didn't make much on those trades, but I just wanted to get out and get my capital back and my margin, buying power, all that stuff. So I got out of them. Here's wheat. I got in at wheat at under 610. So I bought some calls in this ETF, guys. I'm positioning myself for infrastructure. So I got into this ETF called PAVE. I'm sorry. I wanted to get you more details on it. Let me put it up here. PAVE. So I got into this. It's called the Global X Funds U.S. Infrastructure ETF. It was up nicely today, 50 cents, 2%. So it's a basket of infrastructure stocks. So I picked that up. I sent my friends a message on the let me see if I have it here. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Couldn't have been smoother. 12 best infrastructure stocks for Biden's next big plan. So I have a lot of these. Vulcan Materials, I don't have it, but that's one. Martin Marietta Materials is another one. Vale. I think I have calls in Vale. It's a minor. Nucor, I have mentioned. It's a steel play. It was up huge today and after hours. I don't have a position. I have United Steel, but I have to try and see if I can get into Nucor. Caterpillar, I have a position, and I've mentioned the videos. John Deere, I have a position. I also mentioned it. United Rentals is a good one. Freeport-McMoRan, it's my copper correlated play. Brookfield Infrastructure Corporation, never heard of it. But if they're on the list, they must be good. Eaton is a good one. No position. And Crown Castle, no position. Oh, and then here, PAVE. So PAVE gives you access to that basket. So that's why I decided to do that. Top holdings are Deere, VMC, Eaton. It's low expense. So I got into that. I bought a couple calls out in time for the trade to work out. Here's another one that I saw, and I'll probably make the title of this video, this stock. I bought some calls in a company called Rail. They do, if I'm not mistaken, they do the IBD still has the uptrend under pressure. They'll probably change their mind in a couple days when we go out higher. So here's the chart on Rail. Here's the daily. You can see huge volume bar here. Big buyer here. Big volume. Oh, what happened here? Whatever. Weekly. All right, so that's the weekly, daily. Doesn't give me a breakdown of what these guys do. I know they do rail cars. I wanted to see if they give me a better description here. Let me go to the website so you can see what they do. It was up nicely, and it on the long-term chart, it looked like it was breaking out of a downtrend. So I really like what I saw there, and I think it's a nice infrastructure play. I want to see if I can go to the website. Or maybe if I copy this here and I put that, it'll be easier. The website will pop up. I bought like, I want to say like 5 to 10 calls here. Is this the website? So here's the website, and get an idea of what they do. Oh, I thought they had the rail card so you could see it's pretty cool. I saw the pictures of the cards. Let's see. Oh, rail cars. You see the train stuff? Flat cars, box cars. I was reading in some notes there that they had orders backed up, that they have double orders for 2020. So, and let me see if I could pull up a chart for you so you can see what I was talking about. It looked really, really nice. I'll pull up a 20-year chart so you can see what I can. If you see here, this was a $78 stock. Maybe it wasn't a less. You can see these big bars here, big volume bars. On my desktop, it look a lot better on my desktop. It doesn't look as pretty here, as you can see that it's like it broke trend and is heading higher. Well, you can see here on the bottom here, the MACD has flipped over and the RSI is climbing. So a lot of good things, and I think it's a nice infrastructure play, and I got in it, and I saw the volume today. Jets is an airline ETF. I picked up 100 shares there. TAN is a solar play. I did a put credit spread in there. Leaf, I had mentioned Leaf yesterday in my video. That thing got annihilated today. So I did a call debit spread in May, 57 days out for 60 cents. Didn't do nothing too crazy because I have another position in there. I bought more cow, which is a meat ETF. I covered my Verizon put for a nice profit. I bought an option in T-Rex. T-Rex is a good play for home improvement. They do wood alternative. Look into that one. T-Rex. They're down a lot. They're down a lot, and I think this is a good one to watch. I think it will come back. Can I go here to a year? Maybe better if I go here a year so you can see the year chart. And maybe do 5 days, a week. So this pulled back from 107 to a low of 85 today. And I saw here that 80 is more or less support, in my opinion. And these things have a lot of good things going their way. They're a wood alternative, so they do like let me go to their website. So they do like decks, rails out of a wood alternative, and right now wood is very, very expensive. Like I've mentioned, that lumber is at all-time highs. So check this company out. I think they have a bright future with the price of wood, and actually this holds up. I don't know what kind of material it is. It's like I don't know, like PVC or like some kind of plastic, I guess. I don't know. It's a different kind of material. Composite. I'm sorry. So it's composite deck. There you go. That was the word I was looking for. So check that one out. I got long that on home improvement because Home Depot's like at $295 if I'm not mistaken. $297. I think a lot of stimulus money will go here. So I agree with this. This Home Depot price action. I haven't picked up any Home Depot because I just have the Dow Jones and there's 30 stocks in there, and I'd rather just play it with that. Where is it? Right here. I have 3 of the Dow Jones. I'm up a little bit. I think Dow Jones will go back to 33,000 and it'll keep chugging along. Well, that's what I'm hoping for. What else? DraftKings, I did a put credit spread in DraftKings. I sold the 62 and bought the 55 for $1.90. It's a little niche play. I like DraftKings. Box is a takeover rumor target. They're in the I want to say they're in the cloud storage space. Maybe. I want to say they're in the cloud space. Box Incorporated. So yeah, one platform, secure content management. So the cloud, you can save stuff on there. There's rumors that they're gonna be taken over. So I'm holding. I did a put credit spread in there. Sold the 23 and bought the 18 for $1.76. The one that I own stock in is Dropbox. I'm sorry. I got confused. And then I bought calls in my last. I bought calls in another one. It's an infrastructure play, DSKE. It's a trucker, a flatbed trucker. So if they need to move all these earth moving equipment, these guys have a niche. They're buying $3 million back of their stock, and they have flatbeds. They got about 6,000 tractors and 13,000 flatbeds. And you need this stuff to move Caterpillar, John Deere, all kinds of infrastructure play equipment. You need these guys to move it. So it's a $7.50 stock, and they're buying back their stock, and the action looks pretty good. The chart looks pretty decent, so I bought some calls in it. And that was my day today. I had a nice day today. Been having a tough month and a half, more or less. It's been pretty tough, but I'm pretty heavy in cash. I'm still probably 35-40% cash. I put some money to work today, and I think the dips need to be bought, but you got to be patient and don't fall in love with tech. That's my opinion. Not saying not to have some tech exposure, but I think the market is trying to figure out new leaders and on its way higher. And I think the theme stays the same: lower dollar, higher interest rates, inflation, consumer staples, cyclicals, banks, but careful, because banks should do well, but you got to be careful, because if it gets tough out there, they can have a hard time. But I think banks are okay. Maybe use the XLF. And miners, ag, commodities. If you guys follow me and watch this channel, you know what I like. So I think I covered everything tonight. Have a good night. Share the video, like the channel, hit that notification button, and I'll have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.